Today, we're gonna ruin reality television for you. What up? Welcome back to the channel. We missed you. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. I'm Steve. Over the weekend, my wife and I, we love the show MasterChef. We were watching the show, trying to get caught up. Episode 4 was the first episode really of the competition. And as we were watching the episode, I got like 10, maybe 15 minutes into the episode, and I thought to myself, I know who's going out. Because there's sort of these telltale markers throughout a story that have to be, it's like breadcrumbs that have to be left to make sure that we all get to where we're supposed to be going. So I thought it'd be interesting and fun to ruin reality television for you and sort of take you through some of the things that are going through my mind when I'm watching TV. This is season 11, episode 4 of MasterChef.
Spoilers.
So in this episode, we have Miss Elise is who's going home. She's the one on the screen right now, okay? When you're watching reality television, what they will do is they will have to start, you know, they don't have a script, I mean, some of it does. If you think that like Jersey Shore is actual reality television, then you're being lied to. But something like this, where it's like an actual competition, the story is told entirely in the editing. There was obviously people who they expect as the show goes on are gonna do really well, or they really like their stories, so you know that they give them some extra special attention, or every time somebody presents a dish, it's always like, hey, tell us about your dish and tell us about the worst moment in your life and begin to cry on camera about how you have overcome this obstacle. As a creator, you want me as the audience member to desire specific people to win. You wanna actually at a certain point desire specific people to lose, because that creates this sort of internal conflict of the show. But I didn't feel like they put a lot of attention on Elise for the first 3 episodes. And then we get to episode 4, which is sort of episode 1 of the competition, because it's the first time they're all actually competing against each other. And I felt like they just started in the first like 10 minutes highlighting her a lot. So they start with pointing her out. You know, they just show her normally, just like they're showing anybody else.
Watch a chef break down this fish right in front of me. It's absolutely amazing. Just to see the man with this knife skill like a ninja, it is jaw-dropping.
So again, this isn't anything special. They're doing this with other people, but they're making sure that at the beginning of the episode, they're inserting her. She seems humble. She seems like she really is hungry to win. Like, this is jaw-dropping. She comes from, I think, the south side of Chicago, so she's never seen anything like this. It's sort of her own telling of the story. And so they're setting her up as someone that's like, wow, she's really into this, and we can empathize with her because we've never seen an Iron Chef break down a monkfish hanging in front of us either. So as the audience, we can sympathize with that. We can empathize with that.
I usually use cod, but I'm using monkfish. Today, I'm trying my best to get this monkfish together, put it in a taco, everything will be great.
Well, I never cooked this fish before, so my strategy is to stay in my comfort zone.
We fish fry on Fridays at our home is like something we do all the time, so it just reminds me of my family. My daughters and my husband are everything to me, so I gotta make them proud.
There it is. Okay. This wasn't the specific moment that I felt like I knew, but this is a crucial moment from the editor's perspective, knowing after, you know, because the editors go through and they see all the footage, so they see that she's the one that loses. How do we make sure that the audience at the end of the episode cares that she loses? We do fish fries on Friday nights with my family. She starts talking about how she, you know, she hopes that her daughters, I think, her husband, like her family is gonna be proud of her. The editors chose a story from her that was probably the most sympathetic of any of the other contestants, right? But if you're trying to sort of figure something out, one of the things I've noticed in reality shows is this. 2 things, so watch this. I want to show you this. See what Elise is wearing right here? I'm a guy, I would call that pink. I'm hearing off camera, it can be pink. Okay, so she's wearing this pink, I don't know, blouse? Everything women wear, blouses. Can it be a blouse? It's a blouse. And then you'll notice in her interview, she's also wearing the same blouse, blurt. But notice this, some people it's not that way. What's Autumn wearing? Autumn's wearing a black shirt. Now here she's wearing a yellow shirt. Here's my theory. What happened is Autumn gets interviewed probably the next day because she's still part of the competition. But the top 3 and the bottom 3, I'm gonna guess, are in the exact same clothes in their competition and in their interview. Why? Because they're gonna have the most raw emotion in that night. They're the one that the focus of the edit has to be on. So they're the one that they're gonna get the interviews from those people that night. So if I remember correctly, this is the moment that I was like, oh, Elise is going home. This is it.
Miss Elise, what do you got going on?
Today we're making a Baja fried fish taco.
Okay.
I usually use cod, but I'm gonna switch it up and try to use a little monk.
Okay,
See how it
cod is
tastes.
similar to monk.
Yeah.
Monk's a little bit firmer. I think that's enough at this point. I'm giving you a monkfish, very rarefied fish. You think we want to see maybe more than that?
I'm gonna make the spicy meal and make some homemade chips
Okay.
with it. I sit it on the bed of the cabbage with a little lime sauce.
Well, you know what? If it tastes delicious, you never know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So that was the moment where I was like, yikes. Editors are making sure that the audience is sympathizing with the contestants. The judges are making sure that the audience is fearful for the contestants. Is this gonna be enough for you to win, right? Because that's creating the conflict. There's no loser, we don't care about the winner. If there's no winner, we're just gonna feel sad. In this moment, I looked at her dish and I went, she says she's never cooked this way before. Tacos don't sound like this is something that the judges are super interested in based on the way they're talking about it in comparison to other dishes. They seem a little bit nervous, and I think here's the kicker.
Sauce.
Well, you know what? If it tastes delicious, you never know.
Okay.
They don't talk like that. They're always like, I don't know, is that gonna be enough? And then they walk away. They're building her up just a little bit. Hey, if it tastes great, they're trying to set me up to sort of stop thinking about her. We're trying to sort of neutralize the emotion that we feel about her. Why? Because this we're gonna move on to, is now we're gonna go and put the attention on someone else to make sure that we think somebody else is in a much worse situation, right? So then we get to this, what I would call the midpoint of every episode. They're gonna show you something roughly halfway through, and their goal for that is to bring your attention to this thing that is not really gonna turn out to be true. So fun surprise, actually, we'll throw this in before we get into this idea of the midpoint of this episode. We are launching a brand new channel. If you're a fan of this channel, a show we do called The Friday Project. The Friday Project is going to its very own YouTube channel. Friday Project is coming back every week, brand new episodes. It's gonna be on its own channel, so make sure you go subscribe. We're not even gonna be able to get youtube.com/The Friday Project until at least 100 of you go subscribe to that. So why don't you go subscribe? The link just came up right there. You can go subscribe, and then you come back and finish this video, and then we'll have a great day, and we'll love you, and it means so much, and hug you, love you. Bye. So the midpoint of this episode is Tay's making a sandwich. And the chefs come over and they're like, dog, don't make a sandwich. I think Chef Ramsay's actual phrasing was, I don't want to eat a soggy diaper.
Now, see how watery that is? And you're considering putting that in a sandwich. I do not want to eat a soggy diaper.
But basically, Chef Ramsay goes, regroup. I don't want to eat a soggy sandwich. So then Tay goes, oh snap.
Gordon says, I don't want a soggy sandwich. I gotta abandon this idea or I'm gonna be going home. And the back of my mind is just like, put my apron on the counter right now. I never worked with monkfish before. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Tay starts his dish all over, right? So now our attention goes to Tay. They've got 24 minutes left in the competition that everybody else had an hour. And then they go to Anaí, who's cooking another set of tacos.
Where's the tortillas?
I'm gonna make them by hand.
Well, you should have a backup in case you don't have enough time.
Plan.
Yes.
Our attention is now completely off Elise, right?
Flour,
Nice. And what's the seasoning there? What are you putting there?
cumin, Cajun seasoning, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder.
Right, 15 minutes to go. Good luck.
Thank you.
Completely neutral, right? Chef Ramsay's going, nice, sounds good. So he's sort of shown some doubt on Elise. Now it seems like Tay's falling apart, and Elise, she's doing great. She's cooking with peanut oil as, what's old man Robertson's name? Nope, Si's the crazy one. Phil Robertson says that. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. He doesn't say it like that. That sounds more like Si. But good luck, right? We focus our attention back on her just for a second, but it's in a really positive light because we don't want to show at this point, it's too late in the episode to show that things are sort of falling apart for her. My gut says Chef Ramsay actually tasted that. He probably expressed more doubt. They edited all of that out so that it looked positive in her favor so that we believe as the audience that everything's going great for her.
Mango. All right.
And my big concern is Tay. Tay was discussing almost like a monkfish sandwich.
For everything that we know, Elise's dish tasted great, but Tay's a real problem. Now they start drawing some attention to Anaí.
The masa came out a little grainy. Come from a very Mexican family, you can't even make a single tortilla.
It's not looking good for Anaí. So right now we're sort of thinking, okay, either Tay or Anaí. That's where they're trying to sort of manipulate our minds to be thinking. So here we see they finish. Anaí, it looks really sad. Her stuff didn't turn out. Elise is really happy, right? Elise, there's no signs that it didn't go well for Elise. She's high-fiving and smiling along with everybody else. Everything seems to go well. She's giving fist bumps. We show the meal. Her meal looks beautiful. Looks like it's gonna turn out. It seems even like Tay pulled it off here, and then we see sad, Anai, sad girl. So the editors, the producers are trying at this point to produce a sense of false confidence in us. The joy of entertainment comes from, oh, I didn't see that coming, wow. That was really funny. Or, oh my goodness, that was fascinating. Or, oh, that hurt, that was, that emotionally hit me. That was emotionally charged, right? So what they're trying to do is they're sort of trying to divert our expectations and give us false confidence somewhere else so that we're starting to think, okay, Anai's going home. So that when the moment comes that Elise goes home, we're shocked. Didn't see it coming. It's emotionally charged and we want to watch another episode, right? Because that's the whole point, is to keep us in an infinite loop where we never click away from the things they're making.
Those changes were not enough to keep them out of the bottom 3. Please step forward. Anai.
I'm a bit disappointed in myself.
Anai going home.
Describe the dish, please.
You'll notice Anai was really crucial and important to this episode. So she's actually wearing the same thing in her interview as she is in the actual competition, because they probably got her interview directly after. Even though she didn't lose, she is emotionally showing what they want to show to sort of divert our attention away from that.
The final dish we would like to taste. Please come forward. Elise.
Notice her surprise? She was not expecting that. Like, obviously she's bummed too, but she wasn't really expecting that. And that's the next shot, Tay. Why? Because that's who we were supposed to be expecting. So they're putting the attention back on gotcha, but still, who's got the worst dish? From everything they've showed us, Anai has to be going home.
I know I've stayed in my comfort zone making tacos. I just hope and pray that my dish is good enough to stay in the MasterChef kitchen.
But, she's sort of like surprised, but it doesn't seem like she's super worried, right? And that's what they want to project to us. Who's super worried? Anai, because she's going home.
I look at chunks like that and it sort of tells me a lot of carelessness. Shall we?
It's so crispy. The chips sound good, yeah.
Hope, sound crispy. I think they were saying the chips sound crispy and the crunch of the, fried tacos sounds crispy. I don't want any of them to go home. Bringing us back to what you're supposed to be feeling as the audience, right?
We debated, and the person leaving the MasterChef kitchen, sadly, is Elise. Anai, Alejandro, please say goodnight to Elise. Head back to your stations.
Didn't see that coming. Look, my goal is not to ruin everything for you, but I have found that the more I know, the more this stuff actually fascinates me. So if you enjoyed this, leave a comment, leave a like. Would you subscribe? It'd actually mean a ton to us if you smash that subscribe button as we grow and build this channel. And throw it in the comments if this is the type of content that you like. Throw it down there and say, hey, we want to see your perspective react to this or that or this or that, or we like this type of content, because if nobody comments that they like this type of content, we're never doing it ever again.
Okay.
The only reason we're here is for your validation. So if there's something you'd like to see us react to or review, throw it in the comments. We love you, we appreciate you, take it easy, and we'll see you next time.